If you live with a dog, you already know this truth. They do things that seem weird, random, even ridiculous. One minute they're staring at you like they understand your soul. The next, they're rolling in something that smells like death. But here's the part most people miss. Dogs are not random creatures. Even their strangest behaviors usually have a reason. And once you understand what those behaviors mean, you stop seeing your dog as weird and start seeing them as incredibly expressive. So in this video, we're breaking down 15 strange things dogs do, and what those behaviors may actually reveal. 15. Why dogs eat grass. You're outside for a normal walk. Everything seems fine. Then suddenly your dog lowers their head and starts eating grass like they've turned into a tiny cow. A lot of people think this only happens when a dog feels sick. But that explanation does not tell the whole story. Many dogs eat grass even when they seem perfectly healthy. No vomiting. No signs of stomach pain. No obvious illness. So why do they do it? One possibility is that grass offers something instinctively appealing, fiber, roughage, or plant material their body is drawn to. Another theory is that this behavior goes back to wild canines, who often consumed prey along with partially digested plant matter. In many cases, grass eating is not dangerous at all. The real issue is not the grass itself. It's what may be on it. If the lawn has been treated with chemicals, fertilizer, or pesticides, that harmless-looking bite can become a serious problem. So yes, the behavior may look strange. But often, it is just instinct doing what instinct has always done. 14. Why dogs tilt their head. There are few things more instantly charming than a dog tilting their head when you talk. It feels like they're trying to understand every word. And in a way, they might be. Head tilting may help dogs better locate sound. By shifting the position of their ears and head, they may be trying to isolate your voice and make sense of where the sound is coming from. But there may be something else happening too. A dog's muzzle can partially block part of their view. Tilting the head may help them get a cleaner look at your face, especially your eyes and mouth. And that matters. Because dogs are extraordinarily tuned into human expression. So when your dog tilts their head, they may not just be reacting to noise. They may be trying to read you. Not just your words. Your face. Your tone. Your emotion. 13. Why dogs yawn when they aren't tired. We tend to think yawning means one thing. Sleepiness. And sometimes, sure, that is all it is. But dogs also yawn for another reason, tension. In the dog world, yawning can work as a calming signal. It can show up when a dog feels uncertain, pressured, overwhelmed, or socially uncomfortable. You may notice it at the vet. Around strangers. During scolding. Or in any situation that feels emotionally loaded. It's their way of saying, I don't want conflict. I'm trying to stay calm. I need this moment to feel safer. So if your dog yawns in a situation that clearly has nothing to do with sleep, don't ignore it. That yawn may be communication. And once you see it that way, it becomes much harder to miss what your dog has been trying to say all along. 12. Why dogs roll in disgusting smells. You bathe your dog. They smell clean. Fresh. Normal. Then 5 minutes later, they find the single most revolting thing in the yard, and roll in it with complete joy. Why? Because somewhere deep inside your sweet domestic dog, ancient instincts still exist. One explanation is scent masking. Wild canines may have rolled in strong odors to disguise their own smell while moving through the environment or hunting. Another possibility is social scent sharing, bringing an interesting smell back to the group, almost like carrying information on the body. Either way, this behavior seems to be deeply rooted. Which is why training doesn't always stop it. Because to your dog, that disgusting patch on the ground may not smell bad at all. It may smell fascinating. 11. Why dogs dig. Dogs dig for many different reasons, and context changes everything. Some dig to hide things. Toys. Bones. Treats. Anything valuable enough to save for later. Others dig to cool down. On hot days, a shallow hole can expose cooler earth underneath, creating a more comfortable place to rest. And some dig because their body is begging for an outlet. A bored dog. An underexercised dog. A frustrated dog. That dog will often create their own job. Digging can become a release valve for energy that has nowhere else to go. So when your dog starts tearing up a corner of the yard, the question is not just, how do I stop this? It's, what need is this behavior trying to meet? Because the hole in your yard may be the visible result of an invisible problem. 10. Why some dogs sleep with their eyes partly open. If you have ever seen your dog apparently asleep while still looking half awake, it can be unsettling. Especially the first time. But in many cases, what you're seeing is not true open-eyed sleep. Dogs have a third eyelid, a protective membrane that helps keep the eye moist and shielded. During sleep, that membrane can become visible, making it look like your dog is staring while unconscious. It looks eerie. But it is often completely normal. And for some people, it's a reminder of something easy to forget. Dogs may sleep deeply. But their bodies are still built from the survival systems of watchful animals. Even rest in a dog can look like readiness. 9. Why dogs pant. Most of the time, panting is simple. Dogs get hot. Dogs pant. That is how they release heat. Unlike humans, they don't cool themselves mainly through full-body sweating. Panting helps regulate temperature by moving air and evaporating moisture from the mouth and respiratory system. But heat is not the only trigger. Dogs also pant when they are stressed. Or overstimulated. Or frightened. Or intensely excited. That's why context matters. A dog panting after a run? Normal. A dog panting during fireworks, while pacing and licking their lips? That's a very different story. Panting is not just about temperature. Sometimes it's the body saying, "This is too much." 8. Why dogs lick your face. Some dogs greet you with a tail wag. Some bring a toy. And some try to lick your entire face like they haven't seen you in years. Face licking can come from several places. Affection is one of them. In canine social behavior, licking can be connected to closeness, deference, and bonding. It can also become self-reinforcing because the act itself may help a dog feel calmer. And yes, sometimes your face simply tastes interesting. Skin carries salt, scent, leftover food traces, and all kinds of sensory information dogs find compelling. So when your dog licks your face, it may be love. It may be instinct. It may be curiosity. Usually, it's a mixture of all three. 7. Why dogs circle before pooping. It looks funny. Sometimes excessive. Sometimes weirdly dramatic. But that pre-poop circling ritual may serve multiple purposes. One is safety. Relieving yourself puts you in a vulnerable position, and dogs may instinctively scan the environment before settling down. Another reason may be scent-related. Dogs have scent glands in their paws, so the movement and stepping around can leave chemical information behind. And then there's the strangest possibility of all. Some researchers have suggested that dogs may prefer to align themselves with the Earth's magnetic field when they eliminate. Yes, really. So when your dog spins in circles before choosing the perfect spot, it may not be indecision. It may be ancient instinct, sensory mapping, and bodily preference all happening at once. 6. Why dogs bring you toys. You walk through the door. Your dog runs to you at full speed, with a stuffed toy in their mouth like it's the most important delivery of the day. At first glance, it looks like a request to play. And sometimes it is. But it can also be something sweeter than that. For many dogs, bringing an object is social. It can be a greeting, an offering, or a shared moment of excitement. In their own way, they may be saying, "I'm happy you're here. This matters to me. I want to include you." Some dogs also learn that presenting a toy leads to praise, attention, or fun, so the habit strengthens over time. But whatever the exact reason, one thing is clear. A dog who brings you their toy is often bringing you a piece of their emotional world. 5. Why dogs sniff people's crotches. Humans find it awkward. Dogs find it efficient. The reason is simple: that area contains a high concentration of scent information. To a dog, smell is not a minor detail, it is one of the main ways they understand the world. A quick sniff can reveal far more than we can imagine. Age. Sex. Hormonal changes. Health shifts. Emotional state. That's why some people attract more interest than others, especially if they are under stress, pregnant, menstruating, recently intimate with someone, or going through physical changes. To us, it feels socially inappropriate. To a dog, it's just information gathering. The best response is usually calm redirection, not panic, not punishment, not chaos. Because when humans react dramatically, dogs often think something important just happened, which can make the behavior even more memorable. 4. Why dogs show you their belly. A dog rolls over and exposes their stomach, and most people assume one thing: belly rub time. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes it is a sign of deep trust. A relaxed dog exposing the belly may be saying, "I feel safe with you." But that same position can also mean something very different. In some situations, rolling over is an appeasement gesture, a way of avoiding conflict and showing non-threat. That means the posture itself is not enough. You have to read the whole dog. Loose body, soft face, relaxed tail. That's comfort. Tension, stillness, worried eyes, tight mouth. That may be submission or stress. And this matters. Because petting a dog who is not inviting contact can make them feel even more uneasy. So the real lesson is this: never interpret one signal in isolation. Dogs speak in full sentences with their bodies, not single words. 3. Why dogs follow you everywhere. From room to room. Into the kitchen. To the bathroom. Down the hall. back again. Some dogs act like your full-time shadow. And the truth is, that behavior is not random clinginess. Dogs are social animals shaped by thousands of years of living closely with humans. Their ancient pack instincts did not disappear, they simply redirected toward us. You are not just the food provider. You are not just the person with the leash. To your dog, you are safety, routine, attachment, and emotional gravity. And if being near you has repeatedly led to affection, play, food, or comfort, then of course your dog stays close. Because close to you is where good things live. 2. Why dogs take your spot. You get up for 10 seconds. And somehow, your dog has already stolen your exact place on the couch. Why that spot? Because it is warm. And because it smells like you. To a bonded dog, your scent is comforting. It's familiar, regulating, and emotionally meaningful. The place you just left carries that comfort strongly. There may also be a social element. Being where you were can feel like staying connected to you. So when your dog curls up in your seat, it may not be about dominance at all. It may simply be one more way of staying close, even when you're not physically there. 1. Why dogs eat snow. For some dogs, the first snowfall turns the entire world into a snack. They chase it, bite it, crunch it. Sometimes non-stop. Why? One reason is hydration. Cold weather can still be dehydrating, and some dogs may instinctively consume snow as a source of moisture. Another reason is preference. Fresh snow can feel more interesting than water sitting in a bowl. It's cold, textured, moving, and fun to catch. And for many dogs, that alone is enough. But there is one thing to watch closely. Not all snow is clean. Snow near roads, sidewalks, driveways, or treated surfaces may contain salt, chemicals, antifreeze residue, or other dangerous substances. So the behavior itself may be normal. The environment is what makes it risky. Dogs are full of strange habits. But the deeper truth is this. Most of those habits are not meaningless. They are clues. Clues about instinct. About emotion. About comfort. About stress. About the quiet ways dogs communicate with the people they trust most. And the more you understand those signals, the more clearly you begin to see your dog. Not just as a pet, but as a living, feeling creature constantly trying to connect with you. So now I want to hear from you. What is the strangest thing your dog does? Leave it in the comments. And if you love learning what dogs are really thinking and feeling, subscribe for more.